I asked Anton to come on our show. We your family. I don't want to have you come on the show to talk about this, but why take this for me to ask you to come on our show? You should want to come on our show, especially, but this was just
I agree with you on that now.
Now, Anton was stated that he don't go on podcasts.
That's a lot.
So this is why I'm trying to say, how is it out of all the times you decide to go on one, you go on one with this type of...
Might have to drop a dime on them niggas.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
You gotta stop it.
I don't like that shit.
For sure, bro.
I don't like that shit.
God, I'm gonna play a little bit of this, man, and then we're gonna move on. Let's get it.
What's going on, Mr. Smith? How you doing?
Man, please, it's a pleasure to meet you, man. I've been looking forward to talking to you or whatever. First of all, here's what I want to do, because I respect where you're coming from. Even when you get on me, I'm going like this, well, damn, you got a good point. You got a good point. It's no big, it's all love, brother. I'm good with it. Let me ask you this question. How would you describe yourself, particularly in this day and age?
How would you describe yourself? Now, both of these, now, Stephen A is definitely a tap dancer. He getting paid by Disney, ESPN. If y'all don't know, they have Stephen A. He's the disciplinary. He's the one that's supposed to speak the discipline out to the athletes, to the players, Kyrie Irving, when they didn't want to get a shot. You heard Stephen A. You know, he's the one that's supposed to go on, like go on TV and bash these guys. That's Stephen A's job, really. He's the one that's supposed to, you know, remember we was talking about OJ, you know, everybody was like, man, rest in peace, OJ. And he was like, hold on, y'all. OJ is not somebody to be celebrated. We ain't doing it. They give him the job to like just discipline the people outside, but it's not working no more. Anton Daniels, he really just be doing a lot of videos. Like if you go look at his content right now, Anton Daniels' content that he does the most numbers with is talking bad about black people. It's like the same kind of content Officer Daniels put. It's like they gotta like have some bad narrative about black people. Stephen A is a tether. Yeah, he's a tether, man. But when you don't pick a side, it makes it to where you can disguise a lot better too. But we can tell when you're not grassroots. You know what I'm saying? Grassroots is they're gonna be firm, you know, on grassroots. But
a conservative, or are you just a YouTuber? Are you a podcast? What would you say? What do you want the world to know you believe you are?
Now, let me address this now, y'all, just so y'all can understand where I'm coming from with this guy, Anton Daniels. Y'all see how I just did the video on Sheila McFurless, and they told the public that this lady was running a campaign trying to get into office, and she wasn't even running the ads out of her account, meaning somebody else was paying for her to get in the seat that she's in. Now, this brings us to Anton Daniels, right? He came out of nowhere, right? But he just fit right in the political field. Anytime somebody come into the industry, fam, and they come in on a you know, on politics, they're probably planted. I feel like he planted. I feel like Anton Daniels was a plant. Somebody had to, like, he taking a check. Like something got him aligned to where he got to where he at. He ain't just get everything from the muscle. This is just my opinion, though.
I wouldn't define myself as a conservative first. I would define myself as a saint first.
Saint?
I'm a saint, right? And it's a difference between a Christian and a saint. A saint is a person that believes every word in the word, right? We don't differentiate. We don't pick and choose which part of the Bible we believe. Even if I'm not perfect or I'm not doing everything right, I define myself by my belief in God. That's first, above all. and then everything else comes after that, right? So I am conservative, which I used to be Democrat. I'm not going to say liberal, but I am a Republican. I'm a conservative Republican. I've been married since I was 22 years old. So I've been married for the better part of 22 years. I'm a father. And then more importantly, I'm a bag chaser. So I'm always going to do the thing that adds value into people's lives, and I expect to be fairly compensated as a result of it.
Style or substance or here.
Well, my thing is, when you have to explain yourself, and the first two things that you say, bruh, is Republican and conservative, and then Christian. If y'all heard what he said, like if somebody say, like, who is you? What are you? I'm a Republican, conservative, and it's like that's already letting us know that, you know, something ain't right about.
You know, when you just
If somebody, if you ask somebody what they are and they go to say, yes, I'm a Republican, conservative, or whatever they say words before like it's an establishment before them. It's kind of like they almost into a kind of like a gang. It's kind of like repping your gang first before you represent yourself. But I want to know what y'all think about that.
started to support Trump in 2024. What was it about the MAGA movement that made you support it? Was it the fact that you are, as you described, or was there something different transpiring in 2024 that you saw compelled you to gravitate towards that?
Well, the first thing is I felt like the election was stolen from him in 2020. There's no way that anybody can convince me that Joe Biden is the most popular president of all time and he got over 81 million votes. I'm not going for it. The second thing is that I start to take a deeper look at my own life, right? Because especially as Black people in the community, we taught to automatically vote Democrat regardless because we Black, right?
Yeah.
But when I started to deep dive into the things that Democrats stood for, it wasn't the fact that Republicans or Trump or that got my attention is the things that I didn't align with the party that I had been voting for based off of what my family told me to do, right? I don't believe in
groups in front of when somebody got to explain what you is like, dang, are they paying you? Like, that must be a way where you getting your something for you to make that much important to these people. You know how some people put doctor before they name, you know, they want to be known as a doctor. You could really be in terror. That's why there's the same grifter he complains about. Big facts. Those words are attached to sedition and should be treated like a crime. Yo, I'm telling you.
I don't believe in, you know, a lot of the stuff, my dollars going to the federal government and letting them manage my money more than I can. You know, I believe in smaller government. I believe in spirituality. I believe in a lot of the things. And so when I started to figure out, what are we doing? Why am I voting this way? I started to explore, you know, what about Trump didn't I like? And I realized that it was more propaganda that was fed to me and that, you know, he was supposedly be racist and all of this stuff. And then I started to evaluate every other president.
You know, he almost got away with, you know, everybody who watched Antoine, we always knew he was like, he's lame, right? We knew like he's a lame type of guy, and it ain't nothing wrong. Listen, it ain't nothing wrong with being lame. If you whoever you are, that's who you are, right? But
Anton was wrong from the beginning because he never should have linked up with this guy. Yeah. If they was going, but we don't know what they linked for, though. Right. And the thing of it is, I don't care. Because for one, check this out. I asked Anton to come on our show. We your family. I don't want to have you come on the show to talk about this, but why take this for me to ask you to come on our show? You should want to come on our show, especially, but this was just I agree with you on that now. Now, Anton was stated that he don't go on podcasts. So this is why I'm trying to say, how is it out of all the times you decide to go on one, you go on one with this type of...
We don't have. He'll pull up. He got a problem with it, and he was on the live on the link.
But what we say, that's
some sucker shit. You tell your family, your own flesh and blood, you don't do podcasts, you won't go on nobody's show, but then you show up to Corey Holcomb shit. And right after that, Anton jumped on somebody
Salute, fam. Salute, fam. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, I just touched 11, man. Salute, man. Big ups, man. Listen, it's a lot of good support. Y'all been supporting the channel, man. I appreciate everybody. Mama Lisa, Tania, Call Dog. Just today, some of the few, Queen. I appreciate y'all. We getting a road to 100,000. Let me let my dog go for
YouTube channel called Yuck Mouth and gave them visibility. What is going on in the Daniels camp where Anton don't want to fuck with his family? You know why he don't want to go sit down and fuck with his family? Because they gonna expose the true him. They gonna expose the real you. You not like that, bro. You have always been like this with your mouth, but you not like that. Anton don't want to put his feet to the fire around the man that he was raised up with, because they actually stand for some shit. But you don't want to go on their podcast and show them visible. Freezy and House of Hypocrites been showing these men a platform, more visibility than what Anton Daniel has ever done. You could have blessed your family with.
I like a lot of the I don't
family to him.
but on his YouTube and watch everything he do. But I do catch clips on Instagram and a lot of the stuff he say. I ain't gonna say I like everything he say.
Right.
But some
But
of the
he be
things,
on point.
for a lot of the shit he be saying, it be on point.
Why do
But
you
why do people say they don't like him?
Because what they said about him talking
Because
against
his views.
he's a Republican.
Oh,
and
he a
most of his-
Republican?
yeah. And what he speak against.
He's a Trump supporter.
He speak against the black community,
Oh,
or what
yeah,
you said?
yeah.
So that's why Corey made the reference of these white people.
Yes, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Wow.
Yeah, he said all that.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you with the black community mind by saying shit like
Yeah.
that.
So,
You know what I'm
but
saying?
this
How
the
can we
thing,
support you?
and let's say
Zeke
this,
came out against him.
but this the thing too.
I believe Zeke is this dude from Detroit called New Era Detroit, and he's like a community activist, like for literally try to change the goddamn community. And he came and spoke out against Anton Daniels, is what they saying. I'm gonna try to find a clip, but y'all check out What Up Though. I'm gonna put this video in the description. But what y'all think of that, man? What y'all think of Anton potentially using his daughter as some type of meal ticket or some cash cow? You know what I'm saying? Just to get at Corey Holcomb in some type of strategic site. You know what I'm saying? Narcissistic.
Shout out to Detroit, man. We got a lot of Detroits, man, that be on the channel. Shout out to Detroit Love and supporting the channel too. Salute to Little Bit Mama Joan. Detroit. Man, we got a lot of y'all. We stretching all over the United States right now, man. It's a good time to be FBA and on code right now. No, he don't. That fool talks about that don't need reparations and that we need to pay for the air that we breathe. Dang. Tank Talks, bro. Appreciate the donation, family. Appreciate that, Tank Talks TV. Yeah, so I mean, I'm gonna get into a little bit of what your boy Stephen A and Anton Daniels. You know, I really wanna
They narcissist, like some, I don't know what to call this shit, dog.
I really want to get this channel to the narrative so we can get the narratives out there, like how Anton Daniels was able to push that this conservative narrative. I want to be able to push that FBA narrative out. So that's always on the algorithm because it's always they side, you know, pushing their politics. So
Your brother saying she was fine 4 days after the incident, but immediately after the incident, you expressing to us how traumatized she is. You got to start taking her out of her taekwondo competitions. For it doesn't make sense to me, bro. Now, is it possible that the little girl got over it in 4 days? It is very much possible. But is it likely? If she was actually that traumatized about something that's gonna last on the internet forever, did she get over it in 4 days, man? If not, somebody lying. Either Anton Daniels lying or his brother Andre is lying. But we know who not lying. The goddamn daughter, because she ain't said shit. 18 now. She an adult. She can speak for herself. In my opinion, I think his daughter got thick skin. She in a fighting sport where she literally has to have thick skin. I don't think that got to her, and I think Anton Daniels used that as a play, which is kind of pathetic to me. But go check them out, man.
A community must have three things to have a community in it. You must have a wholly independent economic structure that can provide goods, service, products, and things for your own people, and jobs and tax bases for your own people. You should at least control 4 basic things. You should be trying to control water, food, medicine, and energy to be able to survive and compete.
Here we got Mr. Pollock. He had a cornfield. He took advantage of a free water test from us, and this is what we found in this water. We found sulfur, we found hardness, and we solved these problems with an easy fix of 2 tanks. So get your free water test today. Stay blessed. Click the link below.